When we talk about false flag, we need to understand this particular incident that happened in Israel few hours ago. Before I move on, just to remind you, you can subscribe to my channel for all the updates that I present to you in this channel. IDF basically right now they are on edge, and I'll explain to you why I'm saying about what happened in Israel and what happened with Iran, their relationship with them, and how it all played out, and how they're actually portraying themselves as the victim and foreign entities, in this case especially Iran, as the perpetrator who is committing a lot of crimes, smuggling weapons into West Bank in order to help the Palestinian resistance movement to stand up against the oppression of the Zionists. So we'll talk about that in a second. But let me tell you what happened at this time so you understand what is happening and get a good idea. So Israeli security forces, so this all started in 2024, later part of 2024, last year. I would assume that the timeline was somewhere around October to November to December. So it most likely started, all of it started from October. Because in October, Israel, they have announced that two police officers, Israeli police officers, were targeted and they were killed, two of them. Now that happened in October. Then we have seen the recent bus explosion in Tel Aviv, which is, as I said, a false flag. Nobody from Hamas or West Bank was involved in this. Nevertheless, Israeli Netanyahu, he blamed it on the people of West Bank, and he in fact took it to the next level and stormed a house himself in West Bank, saying that I'm declaring a war in West Bank and I'm going to be taking over some of these places. He went to this place in Tulkarem. Why? Because he said those bus explosions, 3 of them that took place, it was done by people from West Bank. Therefore, West Bank, they should be destroyed. They should be annexed, and that's what he's working on at the moment. This time, these people who grouped, they were 10 in number. So 10 people, they grouped together. 9 of them are Israeli citizens. Now, all of these people are being apprehended. They're in police custody. In fact, Shin Bet was also involved in this operation. One of them out of 10, one of them, he was a Palestinian from West Bank. But the 9 of them out of 10, they're all Israeli citizens from Israel. And they were arrested in the past 2 months. So it started from, again, October to December. And the police, they were able to, or Shin Bet, they were able to confiscate 34 pistols. Okay, so I'm talking about the incident that started from October. And then I'll break it down for you so that you understand where it is going. They conducted 2 sophisticated arms smuggle operation from late 2024. And those pistols that I just mentioned to you, 34, 2 of them were used to kill 2 Israeli police officers. From those 2 pistols that they smuggled from Jordan into Israel. So they're coming from Jordan into Israel. The ringleader of this group, his name is Fawaz al-Toki. He's a 28-year-old Jew. He's a completely messed up guy, and he's giving weapon and money to whomever he wills in order to make more money, obviously. But he sells them, he recruits them, he hires them, he pays them. Means this Israeli citizen, this Zionist himself, is a criminal who is helping others to conduct this kind of operation that we see coming in the news in the form of bus explosion or police in Zionist state of Israel getting killed. And he paid thousands of shekels. I mean, shekels is Israeli currency, and he paid these people shekels, a lot of money. In other words, a lot of money. Now, he was charged with plethora of crimes. So, starting from arms smuggling to carrying and transporting weapons, armed possession, damage to IDF property, aiding illegal exit from the country, and drug offenses. What I find very interesting is that he helped people to get out of Israel. I mean, the Israelis, the Zionists right now, they're so frustrated, they're so fed up with their government that they have people inside Israel who is helping these Zionists to get out of Israel. And I have shared with you guys a lot of pictures where I showed you how the airport, they were so busy. The departure terminal was so busy, the arrival was completely deserted. Nobody was there because nobody was coming in Israel. But now you have another news where you can clearly see that people inside of Israel are helping the Zionists to get out of the countries. Isn't it something amazing? Now, let's take a look at this particular news, because I think it is important for us to understand the false flag a little bit. So, take a look. Shin Bet, they have arrested 3 suspects in bus bombings, including Israeli Jew. Shin Bet arrests 2 Israelis suspected of involvement in Tel Aviv suburb bus bombs. 2 Israelis arrested for aiding in bus bombings. February 28, IDF to step up counter-terror op in some West Bank areas after attempted bus bombing. So, what you see here from this report, Times of Israel. Someone from the Zionist state of Israel, a Jew himself, an Israeli citizen, carrying out this kind of attack, terrorist attack, instead of tackling these people, instead of stepping up their effort to stop this arms smuggling coming from Jordan, what the Zionists, they do, they target the people from West Bank. My problem is in this city, but I'm going to a different city to solve my problem in my city. This is how it works. This is their brain. This is how their brain works. Obviously, they don't have one because they keep their brain in their pockets. But this is how it works. So they are conducting raids in West Bank for bus explosion in Tel Aviv, for which the people from Tel Aviv, these terrorists, are responsible from Tel Aviv, but they don't get arrested. They don't get investigated. Yes, Shin Bet did some investigation. They arrested 3. But most of the time, it is going to a different country, finding those culprits where they should not be, and they're not. Why I'm saying this is because every time there is a false flag, they tend to blame West Bank, they tend to blame Hamas. Is Hamas. And at the same time, because they cannot, Israel cannot go to West Bank and annex it, except that they face fierce resistance. So what and who they blame? They blame this country. So let's take a look at this. Israel accuses Iran of building terrorist infrastructure in West Bank. Palestinian Fatah group says Iran trying to spread chaos in West Bank. Iran exploiting West Bank power vacuum. Iran smuggles arms to West Bank, officials say, to foment. New York Times, Iran has flooded West Bank with arms for 2 years. Porous border facilitates Iran's flooding of West Bank. So again, the Zionists, they play the victim card so well. They're so narcissist. They never take responsibility for their failures. These arms, pistols, machine gun, all this advanced, like the last 2 operations were highly sophisticated smuggling operation. It means they were bringing in from Jordan heavy weaponaries, weapons that are very high, very advanced in terms of technology and all that. But then who they blame? Oh, it's Iran. It's Iran. They are flooding West Bank with weapons. When their own citizen, they are the one bringing these weapons and creating a lot of problem. Israel is therefore imploding. IDF, they are being targeted because this smuggling operation, they occasionally target IDF properties and they damage them, according to this report coming from Shin Bet. Not something I'm making up. They target IDF, they target Israeli police officers. Therefore, Israel, they are right now facing catastrophe and inevitable collapse. And then you see the next thing, who US blame? It is Iran, or it is West Bank, or it is Hamas. It is everybody except the Zionists themselves. Their security, their safety, their law, their whole country is collapsing at the same time.